I know I've noticed that there's a correlation between a person's values on key things and where they're at in their conscious evolution.
Yes. Until they learn that and then they fuck with it.
Yes, that's the problem with the intellect.
That's right.
And in the Western world, it's all about climbing the ladder, right?
You know, what happens is the mind can then begin to like, oh, this is what the next stage ahead might look like. And so the danger is actually the mind can build a simulacrum of that stage of development.
But then when it's time to face an issue like a pandemic, you find out that that simulacrum is often not very stable, and they fall down to the only thing that has any solidity, which is usually in their unconscious.
Yeah, I look at levels of development as expressions of compassion, meaning the more concerned you are about the world, the more actually you are going to evolve complexity, because you're going to realize that you have to work out how to help. And of course, as you do that, you're going to evolve. But those stages can look very similar and not come from the same motivation. So the motivational factor, Paul, like, why am I going on this journey and why am I learning these things? For me, they tell me a lot about actually where is this growth coming from. And when this person dies, they think that they're an integral, but they're just going to have an integral rotted brain. And actually, the soul itself hasn't really evolved much, because the soul only thought that perspective taking was cognitive and didn't take it deep into their heart.
Yeah, it's kind of like the syndrome of people that go to weekend workshops and have all piles of certificates on the wall, but you don't see any evidence of it in their relationship to themselves or in their spousal relationships. You know, I tell my students, the only thing you can take with you when you die is what you've become. So anything else is less important than... Steiner says the first thing that happens when you die is you find yourself surrounded by people just like you, and you stay with them until you're absolutely sure of what you'll never do again. I think that's hilarious.